In the majestic land of Babylon, King Nebuchadnezzar, a proud and powerful ruler, ordered the construction of a towering golden statue, 60 cubits high and 6 cubits wide. This statue was placed on the plain of Dura, and all the people were ordered to worship it when the sound of music was heard. The king issued a harsh decree. Anyone who did not bow down to worship the image would be thrown into a blazing furnace. Officials, governors, and people from various nations gathered to see the splendor of the statue and obey the king's orders. In the midst of the crowd, 3 Hebrew youths, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, refused to submit. They were friends of Daniel, who had previously been appointed officials in Babylon. Their loyalty to the God of Israel kept them from cowering in the face of the king's threats. The Chaldeans, who were jealous of these 3 young men, immediately reported them to King Nebuchadnezzar. They said, "O king, these 3 people did not obey your command. They did not worship your gods and did not bow down to the golden image that you set up." Hearing this, Nebuchadnezzar was furious. He immediately called Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and gave them one last chance to worship his statue. However, if they still refused, they would be thrown into the blazing furnace. The king arrogantly challenged them. "Which of the gods is able to rescue you from my hand?" Calmly but confidently, the 3 young men answered, "We don't need to answer you, O king. If the God we worship is able to deliver us from the fiery furnace, he will deliver us. But even if not, we will not worship the golden image you have set up." His anger boiled over. Nebuchadnezzar ordered the furnace to be heated 7 times hotter than usual. His strongest soldiers were ordered to tie up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and throw them into the fire. When they were thrown into the fire, something extraordinary happened. The king was shocked to see 4 people walking amidst the fire unharmed. "Didn't we just throw 3 people into the fire?" cried Nebuchadnezzar. "But I saw 4 people, and the 4th was like a son of God." Nebuchadnezzar approached the mouth of the furnace and called out, "Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, servants of the Most High God, come out!" To their amazement, everyone saw them come out unharmed, unburned, not even the smell of smoke lingering on them. Seeing the miracle, Nebuchadnezzar acknowledged the greatness of the God of Israel. "Praise be to the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who has sent his angel and delivered his servants who trust in him," he exclaimed. Nebuchadnezzar then issued a new command. Anyone who uttered an insult against the God of Israel would be severely punished, for no other God could deliver like this. After this incident, the king gave Shadrach, Meshach and Abednego higher positions in the province of Babylon. They remained living witnesses to God's power and faithfulness. This story teaches that true faith will be tested. The three young men remained steadfast in their faith, even though they faced the threat of death. They were not afraid, because they knew whom they were worshipping. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego believed that God was able to save them, but they were also prepared to remain faithful, even if God chose not to physically save them. This attitude demonstrates mature faith and submission to God's sovereignty. In the burning fire, there was a person with them, whom the king called like a son of the gods. This is a picture of God always being present with those who are faithful to Him, even in the midst of the greatest difficulties. Nebuchadnezzar, who initially boasted about his power and challenged God, finally acknowledged the greatness of the God of Israel. The testimony of the three young men brought about a change in the king's heart. This story is an example for believers in all ages. There are times when we face pressure to compromise with the world, but we must remain faithful to God, no matter the cost. God does not always prevent trials, but He uses them to refine our faith. Just as gold is refined in the fire, so our faith grows stronger as we go through challenges with God. The God worshipped by Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego was not a distant and uncaring God. He is a powerful God who accompanies and saves His people. From this story, we learn that strong faith in God will not be in vain. God can do miracles, but more than that, He wants our loyalty. Whatever circumstances we face, we should remain faithful to Him, because He is always with us.